Hello friends, welcome to Acquire IAS. We are going to discuss MCQs on current affairs. Also, it is important for competitive examinations. Special focus, it will put a special focus on UPSC prelims, friends, right? UPSC prelims 2021. UPSC prelims 2021. It is also important for all other kind of examinations. Right friends, so this is the day 12 series and you can call me on this following number, that is 9640123412 for getting personal guidance, and if you have any doubts you can get clarified on this number. You can WhatsApp me, you can Telegram me, you can call me, whatever you feel convenient, friends, right? So let us move further without getting any delay. The first question of this series is option number A. Foreign exchange reserves touched a lifetime high of $555.12 billions, and option number B says foreign exchange reserves touched a lifetime high of $444.12 billions. Choose the correct answer. Option number 1 only A, option number 2 only B, option number 3 both A and B, and option number 4 neither A nor B. So which of the following is the correct answer? The answer for this question is option number A is the correct answer. That is option number 1 is the correct answer, friends, right? So that is, it has touched $555.12 billions for the first time, right? So now it's your work to read about what do you understand by the foreign exchange reserve, right? What do you understand by the foreign exchange reserve, right, friends? So next we will see about second question, that is the Financial Action Task Force founded in 1989. Second option, in 2001 its mandate was expanded to include terrorism financing. Choose the correct answer. Option number 1 only A, option number 2 option number 2 only B, option number 3 both A and B, option number 4 neither A nor B. Right, so the answer for this question is both A and B are the correct. That is option number 3 is the correct answer, right? Now let me tell you why this question has been put up in this video. That is, recently FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force, has been put Pakistan into green list till February 2021, right? Till February 2021. So why it has been done? So FATF has given 27 to-do list, right friends, 27 tasks for Pakistan to be completed by September 2020, but it has done only 21 and rest 6 it has yet to be done, right? It has yet to be done, that is rest 6. And who is supporting the Pakistan right now? That is Turkey is saying, what Turkey is saying, rather than punishing the Pakistan, it should be accomplished, it should be rewarded to Pakistan that by doing such kind of drastic efforts, right friends? That is, it has done 21 out of 27 tasks, so for this reason it should be appreciated Pakistan. The Turkey was saying these kind of words, right friends? And the other thing is inspecting team, friends, right? The inspecting team should visit before giving it into the grey list or blacklist. But once the inspecting team has entered into the Pakistan or any kind of site, that it means it has been already done its work. That means the country, for example, you say Pakistan, right? Pakistan, now inspecting team should visit first site, that is for example Pakistan. You can take example of Pakistan, and when this inspecting team from FATF, right, this team will be from FATF, and when it will visit the Pakistan, visiting the Pakistan, that means Pakistan had done all kind of its tasks, right? All kind of tasks it has been done. So before giving any such kind of judgments, it should be it should be sent the inspecting team, right? And what does this inspecting team means? Whenever the inspecting team will visit any kind of site, that means the country has been done with all of its site. That means it can be exit from the grey list or black list, right friends? So next, FATF in 2000, it has came with two list friends, right? Two types of list. That is, one is black list, the second one is grey list. First one is called as blacklist and second one is called as grey list. The first one is also called as call for action, right? Call for action. And the second one is also called as, that is grey list, is also called as, right friends, the grey list is also called as modified jurisdiction, right? Modified jurisdiction. Modified jurisdiction, right? So these two lists has been called, right friends? So next, what it is said this, now Pakistan has been put in the grey list friends, right? That is modified jurisdiction. What are the consequences of the modified jurisdiction? It means it will have the sanctions from the IMF, sanctions from the World Bank, sanctions from the Asian development banks, etc. And it will get a burden, it will get a trouble from getting a loan from any kind of other countries, right friends? So if any country is there in the blacklist or grey list, it means it will face some kind of distortions in the loans by getting getting from the international organizations, right? So I hope you understood the relation between Financial Action Task Force and the getting loans from the international organizations, right friends? We have spent a much time on the Financial Action Task Force, right? So next we will see further. The third question is, the Simlipal National Park is located in which of the following states? Option number A, Odisha, option number B, Karnataka, option number C, Kerala, and option number D, Arunachal Pradesh. Option number D is Arunachal Pradesh. The option number the option number A is the correct, that is Odisha is the correct answer, right? Odisha is the correct answer. Next next question we will see about option number A, the Essential Commodities Act enacted in 1955. Enacted in 1955. Option number B says it has since been used by the government to regulate the production, supply and distribution. Choose the correct code. Option number 1 only A, option number 2 only B, option number 3 both A and B, and option number 4 is neither A nor B. So which of the following is the correct answer? Let me know in the comment section from your side. Now let me tell you the answer for this question. The answer is both A and B are the correct, that is option number C is the correct answer. Option number 3 is the correct answer, that is Essential Commodities Act has been enacted in 1955 and it is used to regulate the production and supply and distribution. So where does the recently Essential Commodities Act has been applied? So the latest example is the implementation of the Essential Commodities Act of 1955 in March COVID-19 situation, right? March COVID-19 situation for getting a sanitizers and masks at the right price for all kind of consumers, right? All kind of consumers, because it is a very much hectic situation for the country. To protect the nation, to protect the citizens, it has been implemented, right friends? And recently it has been also implemented in the onion, friends, right? Recently it has been also implemented for onion. Once the Essential Commodities Act has been implemented, it can also implement the stockhold limit, right? Stockhold limit. So this stockhold limit has been implemented on onions, right? Implemented on onions. So what does it mean, the stockhold limit? That means, for example, a shopkeeper has a 10 kgs of onions, right? And the margin of the Essential Commodities Act, it should hold, any kind of person should hold only 8 kgs of onions, not more than that. So he has 10 kgs. Whenever this stockhold limit has been implemented, then he should immediately sell 2 kgs of onion, right friends? He should be not delayed, right? So this is the meaning of the stockhold limit. Next we will see further question, friends. Fifth question is, the Transplantation of the Human Organ and Tissue Act 1994 is introduced by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in 1994. Option number B says, deal with the Transplantation of Human Organ and Tissues Act 1994 deals with the transplantation and donation of the 11 human organs and tissues of an alive donor and deceased person. Alive and deceased person. So read this question very carefully, friends, then only try to attempt the question, friends, right? So let me tell you the options for this. Choose the correct answer. First option is only A is the correct. Option number 2, only B is the correct. Option number 3, both A and B is the correct. Option number 4, neither A nor B is the correct. Now the answer for this question is both A and B are the correct. That is option number 3 is the correct, right? Option number 3 is the correct answer. That is, it has been introduced in the 1994 by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, right? And it will also regulate the transplantation and donation of the 11 human organs, right? This is very much important, friends. Now it's your work to find what are the 11 human organs, right? 11 human organs. For examples, like urinary, lymphatic, and etc. So what are the other 9? You should know, and if you don't know, let me know in the comment sections. I'll tell you in the next lecture as well, right friends? So these are the 11, and it will also regulate for donor and deceased person as well. So if someone is violating the rules and regulations of the Transplantation of the Human Organ and Tissue Act of 1994, he can be punished by 3 years of jail term, 3 years of jail term, and 5 lakh rupees, right? 5 lakh rupees, right friends? So I hope you enjoyed, friends. That is it for this video, friends, right? So please do like, share, comment, and do press the notification bell for getting an instant video notifications, friends, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. Have a great day.